Hello again, YouTube. Another video of me speaking my thoughts out into the void with no viewers and no subscribers. I suppose I want to start off with a little disclaimer, really. I know I'm not good at this. Charm and charisma and all the other things that you associate with being good at YouTube are not really symbiotic with my autistic self. I'm not good at talking to people. I'm very not good at talking to this camera. But I'm out here and I'm doing it anyway. Because although I'm not all those things, I'm not scared to try either. And I hope in doing this it inspires a few people to not necessarily give YouTube a go, but just understanding that the chances of you being born with some God-given talent to just do something, the first time you do it, you're great at it, it comes easy to you. It just doesn't happen. It's like anything in life. You want to get good at something, it starts with letting go of the fear to just try in the first place. And then over time, you build those repetitions like everything else in life. And you get better at it. Whether this channel actually does take off and do whatever, I'm really trying not to think about it. The reason I do this more than anything is because it scares me to do it. Instead of running away from that, I pick up the camera and go. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, there's a lot of you thinking about doing something like this. But you're waiting for that perfect time. You need the right equipment, the right setup. You need some perfect script or any other excuses you're making just to not get started. When in reality, there is no excuses. Just go. Chances are you've got a phone, you've got something. And just give it a go. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Again, it's not like well, as I said, I'm not getting no viewers, no subscribers, but I'm not letting that dishearten me. I'm just going out and doing it. And if you take that philosophy and practice that in every other aspect of your life, I think you'll find that it's a very freeing feeling just to let go of all of that and take action and go out and do it. I hope with this channel it can inspire people to take that philosophy onto any other part of their life. I think so many of us are just paralysed with indecision nowadays. There's too many options. I think that comes down to a lot of it. And one of those biggest options and one of those biggest temptations is to sit and distract yourself and do nothing. You can lose hours and hours scrolling away on your phone, playing computer games or endless series to binge watch, and before you know it, you've just lost all these hours watching your life flash before your eyes. And if you're like me, you'll get, the older you get, you realise just how much time you've lost watching other people go out and do things. And that is the biggest gap I find. Anyone that you see going out and living their dreams, pursuing difficult tasks, the one thing they have in common is they've all made that decision to act. And if you do feel stuck, if you feel suffocated, smothered like a lot of us do, that is the thing that is holding you back, is just not making that first step, making that initial decision. You're sat making excuses, waiting for a perfect time, a perfect opportunity, a perfect set of circumstances to arise. And I'm telling you, they ain't coming. What I'm trying to confer here is just start, no matter what it is. Just get out and go. As I said in the beginning, I know I'm not good at this. The thing that sets me apart from people that are thinking about doing this and not, is that I'm not afraid to at least try. Whether it goes somewhere or whether it doesn't, I know I can take a bit of solace in the fact that I didn't just sit. You miss every shot you don't take. And I can say take a lot of solace in the fact that at least I tried to do something. So I never pictured myself doing this YouTube stuff. But I spent a lot of hours watching YouTube. And when the idea first popped into my head, all I could think was reasons why not to do it. I don't want to live my life like that. So I grabbed a camera, come out and just started talking. It's also great for sort of reigniting that creative spark. We're such consumers nowadays. We consume so much media, entertainment, whatever else. Consume. Especially with AI and all that kind of stuff nowadays. It's how much of us are actually creating something. It's also a bit of a therapy for me in a way to come out and talk about mental health stuff and some of the issues that I've dealt with, because for the longest time I bottled them all up, suppressed everything. So for me, in doing that, there's a thing amongst men specifically nowadays of just keep everything suppressed, keep everything bottled up. Like that's a masculine trait, and that's what I've done my entire life. But coming to the realisation that that wasn't out of any form of masculinity or strength, it was because I was scared to say this sort of stuff out loud, to admit that I was struggling, that I had anxiety, depression, all the other things I've dealt with. It had nothing to do with strength. In fact, it was the opposite. It was cowardice. It was cowardice to show those flaws, to admit that I was struggling. And again, that's not who I want to be. I want to face those challenges head on, not be afraid to say those things out loud, not hide from just them and myself. And it's the freest I've ever felt since I've started doing this. Again, no one's watching. I know I'm not good at this. I'm not making these perfectly crafted, structured videos. The whole point is just to get out and try. I've let that anxiety and that indecision rule my life for so long. And in letting go of that, and it's difficult, I want to give like good advice about how I've done it. But honestly, I can't give good advice in a way. Something in me switched. part of what I went through last year. It's just like it washed everything away, all of that fear, anxiety, and it's still in there. But once you switch your mindset into a state of, I'm just going to act and let it go, it's amazing just how much of that stuff dissolves away. And it's strange because I'm doing so much more stuff now that should have been causing me a lot more anxiety. In theory, my anxiety and all the rest of it should be up through the roof with all the stuff that I'm doing now. I quit my job. I'm going solo traveling around Asia. I'm making these videos. But the anxiety is kind of gone. I just feel free. As opposed when I was hiding from it all the time, spending my life locked away in my own little bubble, not facing it, not dealing with it. Although I could hide from it in times, whether it was through video games or endless distractions, binge watching series, just numbing myself from all of it. Whenever those things run out, whenever you put your head down to sleep at night, that's when all of it comes in. You can't hide from it forever. And since just throwing myself into all these things, when I think of something that scares me, I'll go straight towards it instead of run away from it. And as I say, it's the freest I've ever felt. It's the happiest I've ever felt. And again, I can't give this great advice on how to conquer it, it is simply, and it's as simple as that. It's as simple as let go. I know it ain't easy. It's took me 40 years of trying. And it's kind of frustrating to realise how simple it really was. Just to fully accept yourself, all your flaws, all your problems, all your weaknesses. Just have that full acceptance and just move forward. Honestly, I never thought I'd get there. When I think about how much of my life I've spent hiding from myself, hiding from the world, always making excuses, always waiting for the perfect time. I don't want to say wasted time, I mean that's what it is, but at the same time, it's all those moments that make you into the person you are today. And although my life has been far from comfortable, I've had a lot of stuff to deal with, like we all have. A lot of stuff to overcome. I know it's all those weaknesses that have brought me to this point. And it's also what's given me that strength. You know, if your life's just soft and everything comes easy to you, that's not what builds your character. That's not what makes you the man you are, the person you are. It's how you deal with all that adversity that really defines you. And I say, I've had a lot of stuff to deal with, but I'm still going, and after last year and getting stripped right down to the bones, everything washed away, I feel the strongest I've ever been. I feel for the first time in my life that I'm actually living. I'm not afraid to be me. I'm just again, as I've said, I'm not good at articulating this stuff. suppose the simplest way to put it is I feel alive. For the first time, I felt, for the longest time, just numb, just surviving, just barely existing, just on the periphery of life. Yeah, I'm still breathing, my heart's still beating, but I'm not alive. Now, for the first time ever, I really do feel part of it. In all honesty, after getting this autism diagnosis, for the longest time, I felt almost as if I was cursed, that I was destined to go through life alone. I've never been able to make those sort of connections with people. I just felt outside of everything, like this separate thing, that this world is separate to me and I'm just this ghost on the outside of it. And I felt that way ever since I was a kid. So I put all my effort into trying to, I suppose, in parts just trying to merge, just looking at other people and just doing my best to copy them, although I knew it was never natural, it never felt right to me. And then after failing in doing that, just isolating myself, hiding away, saying that if they don't want me, then I don't want them. But at no point during any of that, just facing up to who I am and who I want to be. And I feel like the first time in my life I'm actually doing that. I'm coming out and talking to this camera and speaking, again, to nobody at the moment, but maybe somebody someday. And it's so liberating just to be me. And this is regardless of being autistic or whatever. I think a lot of people do this. We're so entwined with this fake world that we're living in today, with social media, not just with the AI side of things, but just everybody pretending to be fake all the time. We're posting these perfect snapshots. Everybody's so afraid of being judged or ridiculed and mocked online in some comment section. Everyone just wants to try and act perfect all the time, when none of us are perfect. And I think so many people are just playing a character, playing a role, too afraid to be them. And that's the biggest injustice you can ever do yourself. We're all unique. And it's that uniqueness that makes you you. All of it, your whole self, the good and the bad. And when you embrace that, that's when you can actually start living. Because all that fakeness, always pretending, always playing a character, that's not real life. And until you let go of that, you won't be starting living your life. So that was another attempt at me articulating my thoughts out into the world. Again, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. And I suppose my advice would be, put your baggage down and go out and live. If you want to start a YouTube channel or anything else, just pick up your camera and go. Stop thinking about it. Just start talking. about whatever it is you want to talk about. Get those reps in. Yeah, I think I'm about done with this rant. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.